talk about life stuff after that. But why don't we go ahead and get into this? Our 2021 wrap up. We are talking about our favorite albums, favorite songs, favorite media that's coming out this year.
Hell yeah.
Or this past year. Yeah, man. So why don't we both made a couple top 5 lists. I have a huge list of honorable mentions for both categories. We'll talk about media and stuff after, but why don't we start it off with our favorite albums. Our favorite albums 2021.
Top 5 albums.
Yeah, top 5 albums. I didn't put mine in any particular order. I know you ranked yours.
I did rank mine.
Yeah, why don't you start it off?
Should I start off with 5 or should I start off with number 1?
I don't know. That's on you, bro. Depending, do you want to build up to your number 1? I feel like everybody knows what your number. If you know Mark, if you know Polo by this point, I'm pretty sure you know what his number 1 is.
I'll do number 1 to down just so I can talk about my last one and the honorable mention kind of around the same thing.
That sounds good. Yeah. Okay.
Number 1 is Donda, of course.
Could have guessed that. Could have put money on that one.
Come on, bro. Yeah. That shit. As a Ye fan, like that shit was just done so well, in my opinion. The whole releases, the listening parties, or whatever it was called. the pre-releases, like 3 releases. He fucking guided and like allowed us to be a part of the fucking creation of this fucking crazy ass masterpiece.
I prefer to think of it as he was beta testing on everybody, trying to figure out what hit,
whatever it's called, whatever you call it.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I fucked with that, and I do like how he was able to kind of show everybody how this is going. Like it gives a little bit of insight into him really piecing together the pieces of this album.
Did you watch any of the listening or release parties? Did you watch the last one at least?
I don't think so. No. The only Kanye content that I really watched this year was the Free Hoover concert.
There was like 2 different artworks, I think, or 2 to 3 different artworks before the whole just like black straight up Donda cover. I thought it was tight because the first round was kind of like just it was a bunch of first drafts or whatever, listening party. And it was kind of connected to that like first artwork that he did. Second one was just that, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like a red like figure or whatever. And then the very last release party it was super decked out. Everyone was just like in black like SUVs or whatever. Everyone was in black. It was on dirt. It was the house. It was a house replica. You've seen pictures,
yeah,
right?
I've seen the set.
It was the replica of his house that he grew up in. And the way it kind of felt like it was like a fucking dope ass funeral for his mom. Like that's how I kind of looked at it. And the tight thing is that I looked at it in that way, and then the artwork came out just all black. So it kind of like connected with that theory. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's kind of dope. Just, all black funeral shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right. I spent too long on that one.
I don't think. No. We're here to talk about our shit. Fuck that.
All right. Am I going on my 5 or are you gonna go in your 5?
We'll go back and forth. We'll go back and forth. Yeah. So like I said, I didn't really put these in like a certain order or anything.
Do you have a top at least?
Yes.
Okay.
My top this year is Vince Staples by Vince Staples. That's my number 1 this year, and I talked about this with a bunch of people.
Yes, sir.
My taste is usually like really fickle. Like it'll change a lot. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I've changed out this top 5 like quite a bit.
Yeah.
But Vince Staples by Vince Staples has always been number 1 up there for me. Like that's always the first album that comes to mind for some reason.
I'll just be straight up and fucking just right before you explain even more. That's my number 2.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
We talked about this a lot too.
Yeah.
We both really like that album.
I love that album. I fucking
good.
love that album.
So good, man. It's such a good way for 20 minutes to pass, and you don't even realize it because it blends so well into the beginning.
Yeah.
I remember there was a certain point where I was listening to that album on repeat, and I couldn't tell you really where it started and where it stopped at that moment.
Yeah.
All I know is I was just along for the ride, and I would just keep listening to that album, and it was great. It's Vince. I love gun bars. I love gun bars, man. And he does it over production that he doesn't usually rap over on his albums.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I was never really a fan of the electronic beats that he'd be jumping on. The I don't know if I would even call it weirder stuff. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
But the Kenny Beats production on this one, A1.
Yeah.
A1. And I love Kenny Beats' production too. I feel like he's a really good chameleon.
Right.
When he's
That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
he can pick
Kenny
up styles
Beats is
really
good.
well.
Yeah.
You know?
Adjust. The Adjust King. I mean, the whole fucking the cave is like just constant practice for him.
It's
But he's also already kind of wet with it, so it's like, yeah. I think another thing is that going back, kind of piggybacking on what you're saying about like Vince Staples, like the electronic shit. Like, I've kind of felt the same way. I always like weird shit, but I feel like it wasn't always stuff that digested well with me. I always liked his like hyphy kind of sound and shit, like his hype shit, his West Coast shit. But then that melodic shit came out of nowhere, and I was like, wow, this is really fucking good.
Yes,
like,
yes.
This is good.
Yes, his him going way more into the melodic sound on this album, it tickled me really well. And I do like the hype stuff too, like Jump Off the Roof, Blue Suede, you know, all those tracks that kind of would get you up and jump in.
The FM album.
Yes.
Yeah, like that shit is fire.
That's just dope. Yeah, man. But this one, I feel like he's in a different pocket. Like he's in a whole different groove, and I just really like the sound that he was coming out with on this one. So yeah, that's my one.
You can tell too. Yeah. Like he sounds a lot more comfortable.
Yes,
like he sounds like he's not like forcing anything. He just sounds like he's having fun with it. You know.
Definitely.
Like he's found. So I think Tyler said this, but it was like he's excited for his next project because he feels like Vince figured something out.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said. He feels like Vince figured something out, so he's excited now for what he's gonna want to release.
I would hope so.
Next project. Yeah, I'm hoping that too.
I hope so, man. I'm
about
excited.
to go back to the Big Fish theory. Oh shit. R.I.P. Sophie.
For real though. All right. Yeah. All right, that was your number 2.
Yeah, that was my 2.
You want me to bounce back into my list, I guess, or do you want to?
I can say my 3.
Yeah.
The Melodic Blue.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. Really good album. That Baby Keem album was fire. We were both super on that when it first dropped. I think I ran through it like a couple good times. Found the songs that I really like. I usually do.
Right.
Find the songs you really like. Put them in the playlist for the year and just run those into the ground like all my other favorite songs. But that album was really good. I felt like. Well, you go ahead and tell me why you picked that.
I think I'm like I'm an album listener. Like I don't really listen to like playlists, and like if I like a few songs in an album, I'll still continue to just listen to that album for a bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like let's say I won't really like the middle that much. I mean, I'll either skip it or I'll let it play, but I'll listen to the album for a bit. And the Melodic Blue just kept on growing on me, and I also feel like I didn't really listen to a lot of albums in 2021. So maybe my options were a little bit limited, but Melodic Blue was really fire to me. I really like that. I like the whole Kendrick shit. I like his melodic shit that he did in it. I like his fucking Playboy Cardi kind of sound and shit. Yeah, like he just sounds like Playboy Cardi, Kendrick.
Yeah. I mean, I really like that album too, honestly.
I like it.
Yeah, he kicked in the door with that one. Shout out Carson, shout out Las Vegas. For real. And dude, he dropped that on PG Lang, who
What is that?
PG Lang is Dave Free's label. He's the manager for Q and Kendrick and
Oh shit.
yeah, and I guess Keem now. I don't know exactly what his role was in regards to Kendrick, but I know he was Q and Isaiah Rashad's manager on TV.
Is that what you were saying? Like, it's possible that he will. That's where Kendrick is going to be at now, moving forward.
I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. Once he drops this final TDE album, my assumption, and I know I'm not alone in this, is that he is going to go under that Dave Free label, PG Lang, since he was banging that flag super hard in the what's it called video for Family Ties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't even think I watched it. So it's not even just like a personal theory. Like this is what a lot of people are saying right now.
Yes.
Okay, got it for sure.
I thought I was tripping. I thought I had the tinfoil hat on. I thought I was on the crackpot conspiracy theory tip, and then I started seeing more people talking about that being a possibility. I was like, all right, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good assumption at this point. You know, you're still keeping it in the family,
right?
But you're branching out and doing something different, especially like way different from what you were doing when you first signed to TDE, like how many years ago. So. You know, I'm excited for that. Super excited.
Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes.
Definitely.
Numero dos for you.
My second album on here, I think this is pretty solidified too. Isaiah Rashad, The House is Burning.
I still haven't really listened to that. See, that could have been a contender, but I hadn't even listened to it. You know
okay. I had been waiting for this album for a long time. I fuck with Isaiah Rashad super heavy. Sylvia demo, classic, of course.
That is first.
Yeah, that's his first album. A lot. Yeah,
that's another thing. I'm not super invested in Isaiah Rashad, but I fuck with him. Yeah, everything I've listened to, I fuck with it.
No, yeah, I super was on his wave when I heard "Shot You Down," the Schoolboy Q, J-Rock feature. Yeah, that album was great. The album right after, I don't know why I forget but the second album was even better. Like I ran that album into the ground. I still have like most of those songs in my daily playlist.
Yeah.
And then this one, I just super anticipated. Everybody that I know that listens to Isaiah Rashad was super hyped for this one, and it was good. I really like this album. Not Cardi, the Uzi feature on there from The Garden, Stupid Fire. The video is great. The visuals he has for this album, really good. I especially like the one that he did the color show for HB2U.
Yeah,
that one was super dope. Headshots, very chill. He's got a SZA feature on there. Obviously, it's not trap. It feels like a lot of like Southern soul in it, and I really like that sound.
I think I was introduced to Isaiah Rashad when they did their like BET freestyle, like the Black Hippie. I think it was that. Yeah, but then ever since that, I was like, that kind of sounds like Kendrick.
that seems to be what happens with a bunch of people on TDE. They just be like, oh, we found a Kendrick kind of guy. Oh, Southern Kendrick. Las Vegas Kendrick. Yeah, man. I don't know. They definitely know their sound. They know who they know who their audience is.
Yeah, and it's dope. At least they're not it doesn't get dry or anything. Like it's still good content that's put out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's your 3? Go straight to your 3. I fucking skipped you.
My third album for this year. It's not really an album. It's more of a mixtape. I know he dropped a major album earlier in the year, but this is the one that I really fuck with. Larry June, Into the Late Night. That one's the one with it was produced by Cardo.
Yeah,
pretty much entirely. It's like a 7 or 9 song.
Damn, you added that.
EP, okay, yeah. But I love Cardo. I've always loved his production. It always sounds like super chill, super vibey. Wiz, Cardo's resume, but he just works with Larry so well. It's like some smooth cruising music. Anytime I'm in the car,
it's super smooth.
So smooth, bro.
Album or project or whatever, that is super smooth.
Whatever.
I didn't add that shit because I thought it was like an EP or something. Or I was being super technical, I guess, about it. But yeah, that would have made it too.
I feel you. Yeah, and I do like.
I love that fucking album or EP or whatever.
I like Orange Print a lot too.
Yeah,
I just feel like this is more like this is Larry in his like element. Like just throw it on in the whip. You're cruising down. You're running errands for the day. Yep. You're getting your cake off. You know what I mean? Like you're really just kind of mobbing to this music. It's the perfect soundtrack on a sunny day. You got a joint lit. You're ready to go. Bro, it's that shit. You know what I mean? We saw him this year.
Yes,
we saw Larry this year.
Hey,
I've seen him twice this year.
Bro. The shirt right now.
Yeah, shout out. But dude, Larry puts a show on for his fans.
He really
bro.
does. He really fucking does. Fucking hats off for real.
He was really in there like You know, he brought out Black C, shout out RBL Posse, real Frisco, you know what I mean? And not a lot of people do that. Not a lot of people put love to the OGs in their section or in the game in general.
Right.
But like the fact that he was able to put somebody like Black C on stage with him, like this tour was so hyped up. Like there was not a lot of space in that venue.
Yeah.
And it's not a small venue either. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
I was really surprised, and not fucking like, you know, shitting on Larry, but I just didn't really know how big he was getting, or like how many people he's reached already and shit. Because when we were in that bitch, like how many people would you say?
Oh, I don't even know, man. It was thick though.
That was
like
a pretty big. There's a fucking floor which was packed, and then the balcony area had a good amount of seats, which was also packed.
yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
We did not have like a lot of room around us.
Yeah.
Until like late in the show when people start dipping, you know. But shout out to him. I love the come up, Larry. Hey, shout out 80s. He was the first one to really say it. SF GOAT. For
SF
real
GOAT.
though. Larry
He is the
June is the
SF
SF GOAT. You know, no disrespect to Quinn or Mess, your boy, any of those cats that came up.
All disrespect to your boy.
Oh man, yeah, man. You shouldn't have started repping LA like that, bro. You were El Camino's finest for a second, bro.
Damn, it's Irvine, yo. Polo Irvine, let's get it.
Damn, you're the most famous rapper out of Irvine right now, apparently.
I'll take it.
Shit. But yeah, man,
shit.
shout out Larry, bro. This is my third time seeing him, probably. Yeah, third time seeing him.
When's the other time you saw him?
So we saw
you saw him in Vegas.
Saw him at Day in
I saw him
Vegas.
twice.
He turned that whole tent out. Like he had like the underground artist tent, but that motherfucker was packed out, bro. Like
Yeah.
under the tent, no room. We were all pushed out toward the outskirts, but you could still hear everything.
Damn.
Man,
Shout out Larry.
motherfuckers just yelling lyrics, bro. Like it was a whole crowd sway, like moving, vibing, you know,
That's
really,
some real
really
shit.
on their own shit, bro. But it was dope. It was dope. I'm loving the trajectory that Larry's on. I hope to only see that shit go up. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see what he does this next year. It's just gonna be on.
That's what's up.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. What's your fourth pick?
My fourth is Call Me If You Get Lost.
Oh,
Tyler.
That is also my fourth
It is?
on this list.
Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
That's also my fourth pick on this list.
I think going back to kind of like the way I described Donda, it was just everything. Like Tyler is just one of those artists where he's like always gonna do shit around his project. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's inevitable. And it was just the videos, and the videos, man. Like the whole like did the whole Billboard shit, like the promo and stuff. Like, you know, Drake wanted to buy him, but whatever, you know. But the Call Me If You Get Lost and the number on the Billboard, like shit like that is just so dope. Like Tyler's just always so calculated, and I fuck with it so heavy. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. It's a good album.
it is a good album.
It's a great album. I mean, I liked it a lot. I don't really even have too much to say about it. I mean, like,
Yeah, it was the what's it called? It's the DJ Drama shit that he always wanted, or
Yes.
the gangsta.
How do you make that kind of album and put Gangsta Grills
Bro,
drops
that-
in it? That's fire.
That's only
That's
Tyler can
fire.
pull it off in that way. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You watched the interview, right? Him and the Ebro interview.
Yes, yes, I did.
He was just saying how like he always wanted to do it, and then he hit up DJ Drama, and he was like, "It's time." But it's dope because fucking Tyler always tweets. He always refers back to old ass tweets where he calls shit. And he's
Manifest
called this, yeah, manifest. I
manifesting.
know, dude.
Shout out to all my early
For
astrology
real,
girls
you know,
out there.
Mercury is in retrograde, but we'll get to it right now. Shout out to all my Aquarius. It's Aquarius season right now.
Yeah, we're entering Aquarius season.
Yes, sir. Shout out.
I don't
Shout
know
out,
what happened.
Nate.
There was a Saturn return at some point. I don't know what that means exactly.
all good.
Somebody returned their Saturn. It needs gas.
Return to Saturn.
Got them rings. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, this was a good album. My favorite album or my favorite song on there right now, Wilshire. I really just like the sound of that, especially
Yeah.
just another cruising song. If you know me, you know I love a good song. You can just kind of ride out and let the freeway take you. That's my favorite song on that album. But I
I don't
mean,
even know what my favorite song is on that album is.
there's I mean, I really like Corso. I really like Sweet and what it goes into, all that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff on that album, man. Like I said, this isn't in any particular order at this point on my list, because if I were to try to rank anything after the first two, it would kind of just get lost in a jumble. So
Who's your what's your favorite Tyler album?
I would probably say it's a toss up between Flower Boy and Cherry Bomb.
Oh shit.
I really
didn't
like
even
Cherry
fucking-
Bomb.
I didn't even think about Cherry Bomb.
Dude, Cherry Bomb's fucking fire.
My shit is I like Igor. I like Igor a lot.
Igor's really good too. And when he was explaining his creative process behind Igor, how he kind of just wanted to extend the sound of Flower
Yeah,
Boy, it made so much
Made
sense.
a lot of sense.
Yeah, but I think Flower Boy is kind of just like, I mean, everything's subjective, obviously.
Yeah,
but like
Flower
Flower
Boy's
Boy
good, though.
hit at that time in like 2017. He was on his sad boy shit. And
Yeah.
we were all just catching
it
vibes.
works. It's very it's universal. It's got a nice sound to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody can kind of vibe with. Going to Igor, it's like extending what he said, like an extension of Flower Boy, but Igor is definitely more experimental.
Yes.
And which I fuck with.
I like Igor a lot too.
liked
There's a
it.
lot of good cuts on there. It's, those, but Flower Boy and Cherry Bomb both have like a really special place in my heart.
Wolf has a very special place in my heart.
It's another really good album.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
he was on this like rapidy shit, but he did the whole like storytelling, and that was one of the albums that really inspired Magnum Opus, like my first project.
Yeah. I remember you telling me that a long time ago. But
Yeah.
but what specifically about it inspired you to make Magnum Opus?
Probably like the story. It was definitely just the story, a mixture of that, and then the whole Kendrick Lamar Good Kid, Mad City. Like Good Kid, Mad City, I felt like it was super like polished, like everything to the T was thought out. I liked how Wolf was kind of a little bit more like laid back with it, and I think I was finding that happy medium with it. That's what I really like. Yeah,
It's definitely like Tyler's like real foray into getting production value behind his projects and stuff.
yeah. And it was also like the whole I think what inspired it, like with Magnum Opus, I used a lot of like pitch shifts and shit to have different like aliases and shit throughout, or like different characters or whatever.
Very Kendrick, very Tyler,
Yeah.
very Eminem.
Oh, that's for
Extremely
real, for
Eminem.
real. Yeah, that's basically what it was. Speaking of Polo, my fifth is Sorbet.
Shout out. I wouldn't have expected anything else. Shout out Sorbet though, a really good album. Why don't you talk about a little bit about why you like this album?
I thought it was my magnum opus, no pun intended. I just felt the most free when creating it. I felt like I wasn't like trying to do something. Every time I create a project, I know that's super like vague, but I feel like I'm always trying to like meet a criteria or like meet like a standard or something like that. With Sorbet, it was more of just like, yeah, I want to do it something like this, but I just do it, and then it just kind of met it, like, or I didn't even think about like, does it meet this standard? It was more of just like, it happened.
I feel like Sorbet is an album that you really kind of honed in on a sound that you had been using for a while, but you have it kind of dialed in now. We talked about this on the first episode of the podcast.
Right.
Go ahead and check out our SoundCloud if you want to listen to more of an in-depth breakdown of Sorbet. But there's a lot of songs on there that I would say are like fairly similar to some songs that you made before, but is maybe like the best version of the song.
I agree.
You know?
Yeah, 100%.
I really like Vanilla Bean. I really like Closed. I really like it's in the middle of it. I forgot the name of it, but
Herbert?
we'll get back to it. Go ahead and listen to that episode of the pod.
Hey, yo,
Episode 1, shout out.
Out now.
But yeah,
Yes, sir.
good album, great album.
1 year anniversary.
Shout out, hell yeah. All right, my fifth album of the year my fifth favorite album of the year. Shout out 80s for the alley-oop on this one. But Zaytoven presents 415, the album. That shit, whole bunch of slappers on there. Extremely Frisco with it. If you know Frisco, you know Zaytoven. Zaytoven has deep roots in Frisco, and he's got like all the pretty much like all the cats that are up and doing it in Frisco. Like not Larry ain't on there sadly,
Shout out Bean.
Shout out Bean. Shout out Zaybang, Lil Yee, Prezi on there, King Llama on there. Dude, just a whole bunch of slappers. All my guys. We'll talk about that song in a bit, but like it's just gutter sounding. It's just grimy Frisco mob shit, and I'm a sucker for that, man. I always have been, and there was no way that wasn't touching my top 5. So yeah, that one's it for sure.
The show,
yeah,
hell yeah.
So we can get into our favorite songs. 2021.
Wait, did you have any honorable mentions for your album?
Oh yes, yeah, you're right. Good call. I have a whole bunch of honorable mentions. We don't have to go in depth on all of them.
I only have one. All right, just go straight into it then. Like just do
tell me
your
your one, and then I'm gonna go through the other 7.
The only reason why mine is not like even on my list is because I listened to it after I created this list.
Okay.
It was the Genevieve album.
Really? I need to listen to that because I've been like listening to her songs on Spotify recommended.
Oh, you haven't listened to the album?
I haven't listened to the album.
Division,
I've literally only gotten put onto whatever Spotify's algorithm gives me, and I've loved every song that I've listened to her so far.
Those are probably still the best ones.
Really?
But like overall, I still really fucking like it. I was just like, damn, this shit is fire.
It's a great vibe.
So shout out Fiend. He's the one that put me on it. He was like, do you know who Genevieve is? And then that was Christmas when I already created this list when we were supposed to do this shit. And then the first song he played, I was like, okay. And then when I listened to everything else, I was like, damn, shout out Genevieve.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, if we're shouting out our honorable mentions, my shit, Shooter Gang Coney, Star Shooter, shout out Sack, Blast and Bino, 6 Tape 2. Blast has been heavy on my playlist all year. I know that No Love Lost album dropped last year, but that has had this whole year jumping on my playlist, bro. Still. Larry June, Orange Print, we talked about that a little bit. It didn't make my top 5, but it's still one of my favorite albums this year. Lil Bean, shout out Frisco, Real Frisco. Still campaigning, Care Package for the Streets. Both those albums got fire on it. Offset Jim, East Oakland, shout out the Dubs. Murder Dubs in the building. Rich Off the Pack 2, that shit got slaps on it. Young Thug, Punk, kind of a sleeper for me.
Yeah,
that was a sleeper album for me, dude. But
shit, I forgot about Young Thug.
It's a good album, That's good
an
album.
Honorable mention.
Definitely.
Shout out Young Thug.
Zach Fox, shut the fuck up talking to me. What, yo? I know
that shit is bars.
He's got
bars right there.
I
want to hear a Zach Fox and Ace song.
That would be fire, bro. Yo, Zach Fox got it going right now, man. He's definitely got the whole internet niche celeb thing wrapped up to where he needs it to go. He's got a recurring role on Abbott Elementary.
I watched the pilot episode of that yesterday.
How'd you
I thought
feel?
It was cool. Yeah.
Dude, one of my favorite. We'll talk about that in media.
Yeah.
But,
for sure.
But yeah, like I love that show so far. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, shout out Quinta Brunson, bro from Everybody Hates Chris.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, nah, dude, it's a good ass show. Check that shit out. But yeah, Zach Fox, shut the fuck up talking to me, slapping, real Atlanta, heavy bass, bro. Just some funny ass bars. What's there not to like?
Yeah.
You know, and he's actually like a decent rapper.
Be barring.
He could rap. He could rap, bro.
Be barring.
Yeah. And last but not least, this one made the cutoff like right at December. This is like right before the end of the new year. DJ Fresh and Neff the Pharaoh dropped the Tonight Show. And I love DJ Fresh's production.
Never.
I love Neff gassing these beats, talking that shit. You know, it's just a good time. Go ahead and listen to that too.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into these songs then.
Shit. What's your do you Are these not rated again for you?
So,
Kind
yeah,
of
no, not
ish?
really. I just kind of, these are the first ones that came to mind, and I
Alright.
feel like that says something.
All right, you go first.
All right, my first one, All Black and Vince Staples, We Straight. Shout out, shit, I believe that was Calais on production,
I have no idea.
but
I know the song, but I have no idea.
shit, that song goes hard, bro. Like, I've been listening to a lot of All Black the past couple years.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not revenge, but it's I'll show you, and I really
Yeah.
like that when it's put in a song form. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah,
Is that your number one?
that's my number one.
Damn. My number one is Hurricane.
That's a good song. That's a damn good song.
It's just so good.
It's put together really well.
It's so good. The whole fucking weekend. The final, like, or just the song now. Because there was a lot of, like first drafts and
Versions,
shit. And
yeah.
versions, yeah. And,
Yeah.
like, leaks.
Beta
even
testing.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even before. Like, this shit was a leak when, during the whole Yandi talk.
That's right.
Yeah, this was a leak, and it was just Kanye doing like weird ass auto-tune shit, which I really fucking liked. And when I first heard The Weeknd on it, I was like, damn, this is nice, but I kind of liked when Kanye was doing it kind of weirdly, but then this shit hella grew on me. So The Weeknd just hitting the vocals on it, and then
Lil Baby's verse on there is fucking fire,
It just leads
you know?
into Lil Baby, and then it just fucking like it's just so good.
It
Yeah,
is
it's so good.
It's a really good
Yeah.
song. Shout out Lil Baby too. He had
Yeah.
maybe one of my favorite projects of 2020. With that My Turn. Yeah, that shit was
Nice.
fire. Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and do your second song too?
Are You With That by Vince Staples.
Great song.
I think that was the song that made me like, holy shit, what is Vince about to drop? Because I listened to that maybe a few days prior because he released the lyric video before it like really dropped, or the actual LP drop. It was just the lyric video. It was like that blue. You've seen the lyric video, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, and then I was just like, damn, and I just had my headphones in, and I was just like, wow, this is really fucking good. And I love melody. You know me. I love fucking melody. So it's like when it's like someone like Vince Staples doing that shit and it's working, like I really fucking love that shit. And it kind of set the tone for the Vince Staples LP and it being a favorite, to be honest. Yeah. If the Vince Staples LP didn't start with that song, it might have felt different to me.
It's a perfect
Straight
opener
up.
for that
Yeah,
album. You know, it gives you an idea of what the rest of that album is gonna sound like. It's
Right.
just like he's kind of a weird artist, so it definitely encapsulates that kind of sound that he likes in general.
Yeah.
and like it's really representative of him as an artist at this point. I really like that
Right.
song too, and the video. The actual official video
is good. I
Really
love
good.
it.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
yeah, shot really well.
Vince's videos are always good.
Yes,
So shout out.
yes, I love his videos. And he was talking about, I believe it was him, but he was talking about, oh yeah, like I don't really be doing hella videos like that. You know, I'll just drop a couple for the singles and then be done with it.
Hey, shout out though.
Shout out, yeah. All right, my number 2 on this list is Zaybang, Lil Yee, Zaytoven, All My Guys. That's definitely like, if this list was ordered, that
know
might
the
fuck
song.
around and be like the first song on there. It's the shout out 80s. Like I said, he's the one that put me on this song, and this is what led me to listen to the whole 415 album. But this song does a sample flip of Big Cat LaFleur by Gucci Mane. One of my favorite Gucci Mane songs of all time. If you from the Bay, you know that song. Like that's definitely like a turf classic in the Bay. That shit slaps so hard, bro. And I think that's kind of what got me on it initially. But just the aggression that Zaybang come on there with, and
Yeah.
you know, he's really at your neck for 2 whole verses, and Yee comes on there and does the hook. Very similar to the Big Cat LaFleur hook, but hey man, it works. Definitely works. If you haven't listened to that song, it's definitely my favorite song off that album.
I'm gonna need to see your list because I don't even know that song either.
Oh shit! Hey, we'll slap something coming up whenever we get a chance.
For sure.
Yeah,
What was that? Your
that was my second.
oh shit. Okay. My third is Bruiser Brody by Conway. The
Shout
Machine.
out.
Shout out Conway, man. The best rapper. That's the opener of La Máquina, that album. Just thought that shit was just so grimy. I love New York rap, and I always fucked with like Griselda when Jose first like put me on. But I was just like, okay, Benny is probably my favorite.
Same.
And then, but when I started really listening to Conway and him just kind of doing shit, I was like, God damn, this motherfucker different.
Conway got crazy bars, bro. His energy on the track is unmatched. I fuck with that shit. So he gives off like that energy of like a capo. You know what I mean? Like a higher up. Like he's really about to
like a king, like a beat. I don't know.
He's about to put out a hit on somebody.
Yeah, like Benny it's just easy to kind of digest. Like I felt like Conway was just like
He's dope. He's dope, bro.
He's just so fucking fire.
Shout out Griselda,
Brody, man. Shout out Griselda.
I got a chance to see them for a little bit. We broke away from y'all.
I know. At boyfriend duties.
We broke away from them, from the group at Rolling Loud in LA the past last month, and we got a chance to watch a little bit of Griselda live. Man, it was like it's very much a niche crowd. I'm not gonna lie, but you go in there and people are passionate about that group, man, and that's dope. I really fuck with that heavy.
Expected,
yeah,
for sure, yeah,
especially it's a smaller stage, you know, like end of the night. But man, Conway, Gunn, Benny, them motherfuckers got crazy bars, bro.
Boo 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 boo.
Shout out to them, bro.
For real. Different. Hip hop is back.
My third song on this list is Baby Keem, First Order of Business.
Nice.
Yeah, great song. I really like the message behind it. You know, get your priorities straight when you get your chicken right.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
Shout out.
I was like, should I say that? That's one of my honorable mentions. Yeah,
that's definitely
but the funny thing is, my next song is gonna be a Baby Keem song.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that. I mean, I really don't have too much to say. I like these songs just because I like these songs. Yeah. There's not much to it. But yeah, First Order of Business, that song along with the video, it was just like, man, this is like super groovy. I play that whenever I'm home and helping babysit my niece and stuff. So, and she likes it. She'll like, you know, just do her little baby bop back and forth. So that's cool. That's always fun, and it does help. But I really like this album
too.
Yes,
like,
the video is really
wholesome,
good.
You know,
so wholesome. Yeah.
Fucking shout out Baby Keem. My fourth is 16.
16 is good. I was debating. That was on my honorable mentions. I was debating whether or not to put that one over First Order of Business, but I feel like First Order kind of touched me more than 16 did a little bit.
Yeah, going back to the whole melodies. You know, I fuck with the fucking melodies. Yeah. What's your fourth?
My fourth is Wilshire by Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, nice. Damn.
Yes.
That made it the fucking top 5.
That made my top 5. I'm, like, most of these songs are songs that I can drive to.
Yeah.
This song in particular just gives me the vision of driving down the freeway, and it's like not setting just like the sun isn't setting just yet, but it's like just light enough to you know, to see and just cruise and enjoy the day still, but it's like contemplative. He's talking about a love that I guess won't be. I don't know, it's just a good song, man. And he recorded that thing in one take. It's like not a perfect mix. And there's like some audible like popping sounds where the mic has to like control the P's and stuff. But man, it's just a really good song. I really like that song.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What was that?
That was my fourth.
That was your fourth.
Yes.
My fifth is the song called "Summer" by Julius Black.
Okay, I'm not familiar with this one.
I don't even know how to explain it. Like he's kind of like a singer-songwriter kind of sound. Maybe like kind of like an experimental R&B. I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
I really fuck with it. I listened to it. I got put on by Nay, actually. It was on one of her like playlists, I guess. and I really liked it. I like what he was doing with it, but yeah, I don't have too much to say about that shit. What's your fifth?
My fifth is Larry June, 6 a.m. in Sausalito.
Nice.
And I have / Wait on Me there, but I feel like that's kind of the, everybody loves that song. But 6 a.m. in Sausalito, again, very popular song, but it just fits the Larry vibe a little more. I feel like Wait on Me, it was definitely more palatable for mainstream media. Like, like everybody loves it. The women love that. The dudes will happily slap that. But that 6 a.m. in Sausalito, stop for some calamari, it's just very player, very P. And shout out to Larry, one of the original P's, putting that out there in the mainstream, bro. Him and Black, fuck all that. Fuck the bullshit.
We can't ever have anything, bro.
This P don't stand for playing, and this P don't stand for problem. Yeah, that was my fifth. Do you have any honorable mentions as far as songs go?
I do. I'll just list them all. First Order of Business. Mm-hmm. I was also thinking about making that part of my top 5, but yeah, First Order of Business. Don't Try It, Larry Cardo. Epidemic by Polo G, but I think that was released in 2020. Mm-hmm. But it was released with the Hall of Fame in 2021.
Okay.
But I think the the song was. But I really, really fucking like that song. It was like a 2021 song for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Don't Try It was probably should be. I think Don't Try It is before First Order of Business for my honorable mentions.
It's such a good song.
Yeah, I really fucking like that song.
That's one of the main reasons why Into the Late Night made my top 5 over Orange Print, I feel like.
Yeah, that song is so fucking good. When he did that shit when we watched him, oh my god, that shit was fucking live.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't fuck around with me.
What's on yours?
I have quite a few on here. Silk Sonic, Smoking Out the Window.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's such a good song, and it had me like for a couple of weeks. It just had me going, this bitch got me.
Yeah, I'm sure it had a lot of people.
I'm sure, yeah, just a good song, and I know it, like that spans across like all these different demographics and people's different tastes and stuff. Like shout out. Brent Faiyaz and Tyler the Creator, Gravity, really good song too. I know it's like a radio song and shit, whatever, dude. It's such a good fucking song.
Yeah,
I can't wait for. Did Brent Faiyaz dropped already? Right? He had
the self-titled album.
I thought he was talking about dropping something in December.
I don't have no idea.
He had a countdown going.
I haven't been following it.
Obviously, I haven't listened to that yet.
I fuck with Brent Faiyaz.
Yeah. I need to get up on that. I'm pretty sure he dropped something in December because he had like a little countdown going. But yeah, I have yet to listen to it. Once I do, I'm sure that'll make its way into my rotation for most of this year. Yeah. What else is on this list? All Black and Yeho. I've been on a real big All Black kick the past couple years. Got slaps, bro. Young Thug, Dropping Jewels off of Punk. Such a good song. Sid, Fast Car. I'm fiending for some new Sid, for some new Internet.
I didn't even know she dropped them.
It was just a single.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Clyde Carson, Vroom, featuring Capello. Just another cruising song, like sunny day shit.
Yeah.
Kanye, Believe What I Say. I just really like that. I'm a sucker for a good Lauryn Hill sample.
Oh, yeah, that one's fire.
Yeah.
Better sample than Drake.
Baby Keem, 16 was on my list.
Lit.
And Boss, J. Cole, and Lil TJ, the Jackie. That shit got slaps, bro.
No idea what that is.
Just one of those songs. It's kind of fun to sing the hook. It's about the Jackie fucking. It's not the Jackie Robinson, is it?
I don't know.
But it's about the freeway in New York. I don't know. What are y'all New York cats gonna have to educate me on this? I don't know shit about that. Yeah, those are my honorable mentions for this year.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Just okay. So real quick, I'm gonna go through like some of the media that I watched this past year. Dave FX. I was kind of skeptical on that because I thought it was an Atlanta ripoff.
That was 2021. Us getting into it. Oh damn, you might be right. That is.
Yeah, right. It's a good show. I really like it.
I like it too.
I feel like it is still derivative of Atlanta, which I'm super excited for. But it's a good show. Dave is.
And it definitely has like weak points in my opinion too. But,
yes.
But overall, I thought it was done pretty well still.
Shout
it's a
out
good
to,
show.
Shout out to Lil Dicky for creating a character based on himself that I like more than his real life self.
100%. Shout out Gata.
Shout out Gata for real though.
Gata.
Shout out Gata.
You heard about that story? The whole Gata situation?
Yeah. How he's pretty much like playing himself on that show.
Yeah, so the thing is that Dicky, he still had to interview for himself. Or audition, my bad. Audition for himself.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I for the first time this year, I watched Hereditary and Midsummer.
Oh,
fucking
bro.
fire.
Yes, sir.
So good. I know Hereditary came out like 4 years ago at this point. Midsommar came out 2 years ago, I want to say. But A24 Films is
Shout out A24.
They're doing some dope shit. I can't wait for the film with Joaquin Phoenix that you were telling me about. I hope that shit's gonna be good.
I know that's gonna be good. Hereditary, the best horror movie in my opinion that I've ever watched. I don't really like jump scares, man. I don't like jump scares. I like creepy kind of feeling shit, and I like things that are a little bit more unorthodox.
I know exactly
like
what you mean. Yes, I don't like the cheap scares. I like something that's like more unsettling. Than anything.
Makes me feel uncomfortable, but in like a entertaining way.
Yes. Yeah. I would say that Hereditary is like one of my favorite horror movies, but as far as its status as GOAT, I don't know, because I just watched The Shining for the first time this year.
Oh shit.
The Shining,
really good.
And I was going in kind of skeptical, like, oh, this aged, and it like the quality's not that great, but
yeah,
I mean
that's a lot of people's GOAT.
I understand it. I think that might be the greatest horror movie of all time. It's just so unsettling, the fact that there's so much backstory to everything that they were doing.
Yeah.
The hidden messages behind the movie itself. Jack Nicholson was brilliant. The whole handycam footage was groundbreaking. The fact that they were torturing old girl on set to get her true reactions is insane. But it worked. I really like that shit. Let me see what else.
Favorite media? That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, we're just talking about media and stuff. Yeah, stuff that you're excited for maybe in 2022.
Well, for 2021, my favorite media, I really like the Cuddy documentary. I think I could also just be biased with it, but I really liked it. I watched it toked as hell.
Of course.
I watched it with my AirPods on, just blasting lights off, and then just kind of like watching it on this motherfucking TV, the big ass TV in my room, and it just was a nice experience. I thought it was done well. I thought like the score of it was dope, and yeah, have you watched it yet?
I have not. I slept on it that entire time.
I think you'll like it.
I think
you'll enjoy
will.
it.
I just need to get off my ass and really watch it.
For sure.
Yeah. What else as far as media? Is there anything in particular that you want to share with the class?
Nah, nothing really. Nothing else. I think I went straight to like my discoveries ish.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. I mean, as far as discoveries, I mean, I don't know if we're promoting other podcasts on here, but it's The Real. Shout out, It's The Real. They do this podcast with the Locks called Two Jews and Two Black Dudes Review the Movies. And it's
you talk about this a lot.
I love that. The Locks is just like Sheik Luch in particular, funny as hell. They're all good friends, so their chemistry is top notch on there. And I like the debates that they get into as far as like movies and like their different like specific tastes in movies and what they like and what they don't like about stuff. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
It's really funny. It's put me on to a bunch of movies that I wouldn't have watched otherwise. Give that a check if you guys want to. I've been kind of doing, it's not a podcast obviously, but I've been doing kind of a thing where I'll live tweet a movie under Stone Screenings, #Stone Screenings on Twitter if you follow me.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, and I'm kind of just tweeting my thoughts. It's usually a movie that I haven't seen, like it's my first time watching.
Yeah.
And I will just kind of go through it if I remember to. I don't know. I'm blazed during that entire movie.
Oh, I didn't get it.
But I like it just for the sole fact that it gives me a reference to go back on, because I don't tend to remember a lot of the movies that I watch, and I don't really watch a lot of movies in general.
Yeah,
as a bunch of people have told me. But yeah, I hope to keep doing that this coming year. Maybe Maybe do something where we can watch it as a family and
Fuck with that.
you know, tweet
Maybe
our
we
thoughts at each
should.
other. Yeah. Like a couple of the biggest proponents that of Stone screenings. Shout out Jed. He's definitely been jumping in the tweet threads with me,
Nice.
talking about different factoids. I watched the Warriors. He tweeted to me about how the reason Fox got killed in that movie was because he was beefing with the director. Didn't know that. We were talking about, I believe we were talking about like Hereditary or something, but he, you know, obviously, Jed, huge movie buff, big media guy, and like really good taste in movies. So shout out him. Shout out everybody that's been watching along or interacting along with Stone screenings, and we gonna keep getting high, keep watching these movies, keep talking about shit that makes us laugh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
All right, real quick before we end up, let's just talk about some life stuff in 2021, what we're excited for in 2022. This will be kind of just a free-flowing section. But the first thing I wanted to talk about, you released the album Sorbet. Jalon Fiend, shout out IY. He released Flossy 3, Flossy City. And I mean, I've got a couple features on there. You got a feature on there. Ace Boogie got a feature on there.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Flex. He got a feature on there, entirely produced by Jay.
Yes, sir.
What can we look forward to as far as releases under IY in 2022?
A whole bunch. I think the main thing that we're waiting on is Polo's project, The Last Dance, that we'll be announcing a date shortly.
Okay.
The main thing is probably that. Fiend's gonna be releasing a Valentine project as well.
Shout out.
And everything else is just fucking TBA, basically. Shout out Fiend for finally hitting the Twitch affiliate, man.
Yes, yeah, that's another thing. So throughout 2021, Fiend's been dropping mixes on SoundCloud like every week, pretty much.
Every fucking week.
Yeah,
Every
like
week.
clockwork. And he's transitioned that into not just making those mixes on SoundCloud, but he's been doing Twitch streams of live DJ sets.
Right.
So quick plug, you know, shout out the homie, but we should give a follow, twitch.tv/JLonFiend.
Yes, sir.
We're live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Tuesday we got house nights. Thursdays we got hip hop. Excuse me. We got hip hop. Almost died there. Sundays we got some chill R&B shit. But every stream pretty much starts at 8 p.m. We're in the chat. We're all fucking around with each other. We're just vibing, hanging out. Give him a follow. Make sure that you're in there. Say something. Say what's up. You know, we love to chop it up. Let's just make some jokes and shit. You know, enjoy this music. Drink up in this online metaverse that we're starting to live in.
That we're about to be fucking in forever.
Yeah. Another thing. So our good friend Chelsea, shout out Chelsea, Smith's team, had a really good idea of themes for 2022, and she would pick a single word that she would try to incorporate in her daily life.
Yeah.
Her word, I believe, was intentionality.
I think so.
Yes, which
I don't remember. Sorry, Chelsea.
We were drunk, but
I remember my word.
I really like that. I really like that idea. What would your word of 2022 be? Like your theme?
Mine is gonna be consistency.
Consistency.
I think that's really all it is. I feel like I'm always able to start something, and I'm always able to start it in like a solid way with a lot of power and a lot of like being able to execute a lot of things in the beginning. But I think it just kind of dies out. But as long as I have that consistency, then it should be able to kind of keep that momentum throughout.
Okay, nice. I'm kind of in the same vein. I would say my word of 2022 is execution. I feel like I have a bunch of ideas. I just kind of get scatterbrained, and I end up not executing any of them.
Right.
You know, and that's something that I really want to change this coming year. So yeah.
So we'll put it together: execution and consistency. That's all we need.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Quick mailbag question. If you made it this far in the pod, we would like to hear your words, your themes of 2022. If you would love to, we'll repeat it again right at the end of the show. But yeah, if you want to send in, you can catch us on socials. He's ONICEPØD on Twitter, Instagram. I am Chadrick 2_ at the end on Twitter, and FKNCHD on Instagram. I'll probably put a post up of this, but like for our next pod, which will hopefully be within the next month, couple weeks, something.
Yeah,
we're trying to do this a little more consistently.
Yep.
But you know how that shit goes.
Nah, we gonna do it.
Yeah.
Gonna
Execution.
make it happen. Consistency,
execution, intentionality.
Make this motherfucker do this shit. Look, we leveling up. We out here.
We out here, man. We're excited to do these pods. This is like a conversation that we don't usually have during the week because we're both hermits.
Yeah.
So this is just a nice way for us to catch up in general and for you guys to sit in on our conversation. So we hope to make this a little more consistent.
Right.
For you guys, if we can get like one person that laughs along with us, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
that's all it is.
Yeah, man.
I think it really helps to just kind of, again, like you said, super hermit in the beginning of the week or just throughout the week, but be able to kind of connect and just talk about a bunch of shit.
Mm-hmm. Especially like on a day like this, it's a Thursday. We're both like super antsy to get to the weekend.
Right.
So yeah, no, these are great. So before we wrap up, is there anything in your personal life that you want to continue doing for this next 2022? You have any goals like outside of music or media or anything like that?
Lose 50 pounds.
Shout out 13%.
Drop more shit.
Yep.
After I drop this project, I do want to do a maybe every 2 weeks drop another a song. Or every 3 weeks or something like that. But just drop it a little bit more consistently. Mm-hmm. Shout out Fiend. I feel like, he really kind of set that tone where it's like a lot of the consistency. Word consistency.
Yeah, he's definitely got his foot in the door right now, and he's trying to like just barge through that motherfucker.
Just make it happen.
You gotta keep doing that.
Keep it moving. How about you?
I mean, I want to continue skateboarding. I've been skateboarding as a quarantine hobby this past like year.
Oh yeah.
Or so. If you guys know me, and my personal life, I broke my ankle in the middle of skateboarding last year, and it kind of fucked me up. But we're getting back to it. I feel like I'm a better skater than I was like last year. Obviously.
Hell yeah. Even progress.
Even after the injury, like there's still kind of that mental block as far as like trying shit that I could potentially get hurt or fall or something. But we're making progress.
Yeah, you're fucking doing it.
Yeah, definitely. I hope to put out a couple more songs myself. I was in talks with Jay about possibly doing a collabo EP with a couple of the homies. Shout out Schema, shout out Joey Truth, BAB Originals.
Shout out BAB.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's whether or not that'll come to fruition this year, we'll see. But that is a goal that I want to put down there. And since I'm sharing it with the internet, maybe it'll get done. maybe I'll be
Mercury's in retrograde right now, so it might not happen right now, but once Mercury is not in retrograde, we'll be all right. Shout out all my Aquarius season. I'm a Taurus.
Oh man! All right, I think we're nearing the end of this.
Yes, sir.
Housekeeping. Follow both of us. ONICEPØD on the socials for him.
Yes, sir.
Chadrick 2_ at the end for me on Twitter. At FKNCHD on IG. You could go to Jalon Fiend's Twitch page Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, Sunday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Live DJ sets. We're actually about to close up. Get right into there right now.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I think that's it. I enjoyed talking with you this past hour and a half, bro. It's good to catch up with you.
Hell yeah! Make sure y'all follow us. And fucking Chad really got 2 handles, but it is what it is.
It is. And like I said, hit us with that mailbag. Let us know what your theme of 2022 or what your word of 2022 is going to be.
Yes, let us know.
Yeah, man. We would love to hear it. Maybe it'll give us some ideas for things that we need to incorporate in our lives,
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, man. Thank y'all.
See y'all soon.
Peace.